We have got Sawyer Fahey here with us, and he is from Sugarloaf Aviation. And we got your card and thought, gosh, what a great guest. And this is something that all of our guests should know about, and we'd like to welcome you to the program. Thank you so much. Now, you have been a Sugarloafer now for some time, haven't you?
Yeah, I grew up in Carrabassett Valley. Born in Farmington, grew up in Carrabassett. My parents have been here since the I think the early 70s.
Yeah, yeah.
And I left for 4 years for college. I went to Bates College, but since then I've been back, coached at CVA for a bunch of years, and then I started up this project.
Oh,
so,
good for you.
Yeah.
And the name of the company is Sugarloaf Aviation. And tell us a little bit about your flying expertise. How long have you been flying, Sawyer?
Well, I grew up around it. My dad, my dad's dream was always to be a pilot, and he got his pilot certificate in the 80s, and then as he got his pilot certificate, he also built an airplane. He built what's called a Pete and Paul air camper. It's
Really?
a two-seat open cockpit airplane, and he built it from a set of plans that he got in the mail, and it's still down at the Sugarloaf Airport. But we've flown that all over the country.
Really?
And I think my first ride maybe was, he finished it when I was about 5 years old. And then I think I, started to learn to fly when I was about 6.
What is it, Popular Mechanics?
It was, there's a division called experimental aviation, and it's still a very strong piece of aviation. And he, he was really interested in it. I think the total cost he had invested when it first flew was something like $3,300.
Wow.
And it's a nice airplane.
And it must be fun because it's open, right?
It's open cockpit. Yep.
So you wear the goggles.
Wear the goggles. It's got a little windscreen, so it's
Yeah.
actually not too windy in there. But yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, what makes flying the mountains here so unique?
It's the scenery is a big part of it. It's just gorgeous, and it's not like anywhere in the Northeast I've ever flown. You always know when you're getting home because 100 miles away on a nice clear day you can see the top of Sugarloaf, and you can just go right towards it. And it's also, you also need to be even more aware.
Right.
The weather's less predictable, the winds are
That's
less
for sure.
predictable, so it offers a extra challenge that you don't get in other parts of the country.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, there's a lot of different weather patterns, and it's nice to have an airport right here. I know there are many Sugarloafers that take advantage, not many, but there's a few that take advantage of that.
Yeah.
And we were talking during the break, that new gas pump that's going in, well, it'll be awful handy for
It'll
you,
be
won't
handy
it?
for all of us that fly in and
Sure.
out of there. And I'm always surprised. Some people sometimes don't even. It's amazing how many people I talk to that have no idea where the airport is. So if you don't know where the airport is, it's right across from Iott's or where Old Judson's was.
Yeah. It's right behind the porta potties over there.
Exactly,
at the information center.
information center. Exactly.
We had a Ravex event there last year. It was a great spot for that. What kind of services do you provide, Sawyer?
Well, I provide scenic rides. So, if somebody wanted to go, you can take 2 or 3 people besides myself, and you can go for a 15-minute scenic ride where we fly just around the valley. It's basically take off, do a loop around the Bigelows, in front of Sugarloaf, and come back to the airport. And then the half-an-hour one, I can do a little bit more. We can head, either out around Little Bigelow and over Flagstaff and back around Stratton, and then
Oh, yeah,
we
look
got
at
some
that.
good pictures up. Yeah. And the perspective is amazing. It's really just a different perspective. That's Flagstaff.
Wow.
There. Yeah. Kind of a foggy morning.
What do you enjoy
That's
most about
the other
flying
side of
here?
Flagstaff. The perspective,
Yeah.
actually, is probably you're always the bird's eye view all the time.
Yeah.
And having that opportunity to just look at the world
Right.
from that perspective is pretty fun.
Now, you give lessons too?
I give lessons as well, so I'm a certified flight instructor. So I can teach you to fly. I can either give, intro lessons, primary instruction, basically from, having absolutely no experience, to I've got what's called a Piper Super Cub, which is a small 2-seat bush plane that I give tail wheel instruction in, and this summer I'll be giving some float instruction in that as well off of Flagstaff. So it's a great platform. It's a great airplane for really getting into northern Maine and seeing the.
It's got to be pretty exciting to land on Flagstaff Lake.
Yeah, you got to watch out. I mean, that's as soon as you leave, an established airport, you really have to pay attention. And Flagstaff is particularly challenging because there's a lot of logs and stuff floating around in it.
Right.
So,
yeah.
but it's a great spot. It's a beautiful jumping off point. I mean, the area that you can go, to the Rangeley Lakes region, to the Jackman region in minutes, So it really opens up the world of Maine. Stay
with us, Sawyer. We're going to talk more with you about this great opportunity to get some aviation lessons and also a tour as well. And we're so happy to have you on the program. Stay with us.